Justice and Peace Center's, this year it's called Art of Justice, Creative Visions for Peace. And so not only are you guys the only one here today, but also we have some virtual attendees in attendance. So thank you all so much. I really hope that you all get to enjoy an evening of art and justice and community. I'm Megan Mitchell. I am an anchor for WLWT News 5 and more recently a TikToker. Yeah, who focuses on LGBTQ representation in media. And so I'm so happy to be here. The second that Haley had reached out to me about this specific event, you know, I pass on certain opportunities, but this one specifically sang out to me because I remember a year ago I did a story with Intercommunity, Justice and Peace, talking about DACA recipients, right? And I think what's really important to remember is what's global is local, what's local is global. And so there's these issues that specifically for me, right, I'm in the news, that seem so big and so tough to tackle. An organization like this tackles it on a very local scale, and how important that is to make sure that just one person's life is changed, let alone the hundreds of people, the thousands of people that are affected by this specific organizations. With that said, this is a really, really exciting night. And so there's a few people that we want to talk about and thank. So specifically tonight's sponsors, we've got our Peace Advocate, the Sisters of Precious Blood, our Peace Builder, Sisters of Mercy of the Americas, our Peace Supporters, Paul and Barb Bergman, and the Sisters of Charity, Glen Mary House Missioners, and our Peace Promoters. And there's quite a few here, so take a listen up here. We've got Bellarmine Chapel, Christchurch Cathedral, Cincinnati Indivisible Rapid Response Team, the Dorothy Day Center for Faith and Justice at Xavier University, Alphonse Gerhardstein and Mimi Gingold, and the Ursulines of Cincinnati, and the YMCA of Greater Cincinnati. And our Peace Seekers and Peace Friends, all of whom are listed on the back of each one of your pamphlets right there. So I do hope that you had a chance to see some of the art as you were walking in. If you didn't get to see it, no big deal. We have an intermission that you can do that as well. We also have, after the program, you can absolutely go around and see some of the artists. Speaking of, let's get to some of them. So we've got Suzanne Chateau. We've got Latasha Cox, Marcus Evans, Larry Jones, and Kyle and Kelly Phelps. And if you didn't get a chance to see any of that, don't worry. Like I said, you still will have that chance. And a little note here is that Suzanne and Larry are actually donating their sales of their art that can be purchased tonight to IJPC. So a really, really great opportunity to even fund even more money for this great organization. A few housekeeping notes. Let's get to those. Restrooms are in the back right there. There's also restrooms on the second floor as well. And as a reminder for everyone's safety, we ask that you wear a mask unless you are eating or drinking actively, or unless you're me. Just kidding. And also we have 4 amazing performances as well. So that's going to be really exciting. But before we get to that, we do want to welcome Saad Goshen from SOSR, going to give an invocation for us, and Saad helped curate tonight's show specifically. So we're just so thankful for this specific partnership we have with him. And so without further ado, Saad, come on up here.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. You know, my introductory remarks are going to be about the role of art for peace and justice, and that's what SOS Art does, and that's our mission. You know, when we think of art, we usually think of a beautiful object or an artistic product created by a talented and skilled artist that we relate to aesthetically, and that we even opt in certain cases to acquire and live with. The function of art to create beauty is very important, and for sure adds to the beauty and to the positive that already exists in the world. But art should not just be limited to that function. More importantly, and beyond the mere beauty that it can create, art should represent the voice of the artist, the expression and communication tool of the artist for what's important to them, reflecting their values and beliefs, their views of the world, also their message for what needs a change, and their offering of an alternative. Coming from within the artist, engaging and implicating the entirety of the artist and their free imagination, the creative artistic process as such is very powerful and a potent tool for a change. It is up to every artist, but also their responsibility to contribute to life by recognizing what's going on, reflecting on it, and recreating it. When it is truthful, coming from the heart of the artist and reflecting the artist, art can therefore be a conscious force of sensitization and of change regarding what happens in the world and how to make it a better one. The artist then becomes at the center of social justice, not only pointing to what needs changed, i.e. flaws and imperfections, but also creating the alternative and showing how change and improvement might be brought about. As shown by the artists participating in this event, and I will encourage you to spend some time and looking at their work, art therefore can become a very important player in contributing to justice, to peace, and to the making of a better world. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Oh, I'm so excited to have like an in-person event for the first time in so long. My name is Allison Reynoldsberry. I'm the Executive Director of the Intercommunity Justice and Peace Center, and on behalf of the staff and the board, I wanted to say thank you for joining us here tonight. Those of you who are here in person and those who are joining from live stream at home, we're so grateful that you are spending tonight with us. It's so fun to look around and see so many people here. Knowing that we are gathered today on Veterans Day or Armistice Day, we recognize all veterans and their families who continue to bear the heavy cost of war in their bodies, in their hearts, long after the hostilities and violence have ceased. We pray and work for an end to all war and continue IJPC's commitment to peace and nonviolence. Tonight, during our annual gathering, we reflect on the last fiscal year, July 2020 to June 2021, and the critical work for justice that IJPC staff, partners, and many of you have engaged in during that time. During most of that year before vaccines were approved or made available to everyone, IJPC staff, like many of you, connected virtually with folks in Greater Cincinnati and across the country addressing our issues. The Awake and Act series from the Nonviolence Alliance of Greater Cincinnati brought more than 200 people together to learn more about topics like living nonviolently in 2020 and the role of the Citizens Complaint Authority, and how each of us could take action once we have learned more. Our Rethinking Racism team spent many hours behind the scenes creating the script, conducting interviews, and recording pieces for what would become a 3-part docuseries on race and racism in Cincinnati. Show your hands if you've seen it, because we just finished our first screening of that last week, and it's been incredible. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check out the trailer on YouTube. Viewers have already said that it should be shown in every classroom, in every community of faith, and some even have high hopes for Netflix. Virtual platforms allowed us to take a new presentation about human trafficking called Words Matter to a global audience, where more than 300 people gained valuable tools in addressing and ending trafficking. The majority of language and imagery used in human trafficking education and awareness efforts are ineffective at telling a dignified and comprehensive story. The presentation details what trafficking really looks like by analyzing popular images, frequently used to tell that story, and tips from survivors from the My Story, My Dignity campaign to teach advocates and the media how to do a better job with a trauma-informed approach. At the International Human Trafficking and Social Justice Conference, we received lots of positive feedback, especially from folks interested in doing further research to compile data to accompany this framework, and others locally who reached out to request additional presentations. IJPC's 14-week summer campaign of Citizenship for All shared 17 unique stories of immigrants from 7 different countries who currently live in Greater Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky. With support from members of the Immigrant Dignity Coalition, we shared stories from families and children, students and their teachers, first-generation college graduates, essential workers, healthcare workers, DACA and TPS recipients, and more, lifting up a new story each week on social media to highlight why our community members need citizenship. Accompanying this sharing, advocates made more than 350 calls or sent emails to our local senators. Thanks if that was one of you. We see storytelling and the emotion shared as an art form, allowing immigrants, yes members, and anyone directly impacted by an issue to share their realities from their own perspectives, have their voices heard, and paint a picture for those who can empathize with their experiences. And for the first time, death penalty abolition feels within reach because of a powerful coalition of organizations in Ohio, led in part by IJPC, organizing grassroots support in Southern Ohio and people of faith across the state. Systemic change takes a long time, and we stand on the shoulders of those who have tirelessly advocated for individuals on death row for decades. Now, with bipartisan support in the House and in the Senate during a time that's rarely seen, we have a chance over the next year to end a system that has proven to be expensive, racist, arbitrary, and convicts innocent people. These are just some of the highlights of the last year. There are many more stories to tell and a whole lot more work to be done. I hope you'll check out our list of upcoming events in the centerfold of your programs, stop by the IJPC table tonight, and choose one action that you could take tonight to make a difference. IJPC's work could not be done without an incredible team. Special thanks to Samantha Searles, Haley Hughey, Becky Baker, Karina Cabrera, Naomi Gonzalez, and Tom Mullenix. If you guys are here, raise your hands. Give a huge round of applause for our staff and team. I'd also like to thank all of the IJPC board leaders who are here tonight. If you're here, please stand or raise your hands. They're all standing in the back. Thanks to you. We are grateful to all of you for your leadership and your commitment and dedication to IJPC's mission. Last week, one of our board leaders, Jeff Hutchinson-Smith, sent me this quote from Joe Hill, a labor activist and union organizer in the early 1900s, who said, "A pamphlet, no matter how good, is never read more than once, but a song is learned by heart and repeated over and over." Though we can't get away from our brochures entirely, we are thrilled to share projects like the Race and Racism in Cincinnati docuseries that brings together videographers, storytellers, and a collection of photographs to bring to life the realities of injustice in our community in a way that brochures cannot. And why we're so grateful to the artists here tonight who can bring to life the issues that touch our hearts and will stick with us as we continue to work for justice. We hope that you will consider making a gift to IJPC tonight to support the critical work that we will continue to do in the next year to build upon these efforts and grow closer to our vision of a just and peaceful world. Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm really excited because now we're going to get some performers going, and this is really cool because I think, like this program is about, you're about to see some really interesting people perform their art and do it in a way that makes you think, do it in a way that can make you feel. And so I'm really excited to announce our first performer tonight. It's Esther Cabrera. Now, Esther is a wonderful poet, a wonderful writer, and has a personal connection to IJPC since she was a YES member working for immigrant rights and a former IJPC intern. And now, Esther is a senior at Ohio University studying English creative writing and political science with a certificate in women, gender, and sexuality studies. Same girl. And she is also a very passionate social advocate and is involved in diversity and inclusion efforts at OU. And as a diversity leadership ambassador, Esther is also an educator in the storytelling that she does. And it's an effort to raise the consciousness around diversity and around inclusion as well. So, a little bit more about Esther. She is a Chicana writer. Her writing pushes the topics that center around Chicanism and immigration forward. And using various forms of poetry, fiction, and short stories, Esther centers the stories of the Latinx community and the Latinx experience. Her style fuses traditional Chicano storytelling with the Gothic themes of feminist writers. So without further ado, let's give a very warm welcome to Esther Cabrera.
Hello. Thank you for your very warm welcome. So the first piece that I'm going to be presenting to you all today is called The White Man's Law. This piece is part of a bigger work that I'm hoping to publish upon my graduation. So I hope you guys enjoy it. My punch card sees me more than my roommate. The fully loaded sinks greet me as any pet could. Not that if I ever took a day off, I would see the man that lives in the tiny studio with me. Sometimes I wonder if he's actually 23. Many of us having started new identities inside hot tents on the border. I'd never ask. To ask is to admit to the same sins of life. I remember I promised to only lie to get a chance, but I have yet to encounter my chance. I begged to be placed where the seat of a truck driver slides. Too young, really, to understand. I'll never understand what even my ancestors died wondering. To be a guerrero valiente, on to take the fame of my strength, yet my bloodline is soiled with the weakness of lesser men. I press down lightly and punch my time card. The reflection in the steel fridge may say that I am a guerrero del pueblo. Pero I know that the blood of la conquista taints my every action. Tomorrow, I may see if my roommate would like to have that beer. Liar or not, these are the white man's laws, not ours. The second piece is a special poem that I wrote specifically for tonight's event. And it's really kind of the style of writing that I hope to convey in future publications. And I also hope that you guys... I hope you're all okay. I hope I didn't hurt any ears. Caged eagle. There is a cage that rips into my brain. The iron bars clamp down into my frontal lobe. My tongue no longer forming words, becoming heavy. Useless in my defense, my eyes, they work fine, and see they do. Calling out, reaching forward, clawing my hands into the dirt. Laughs echo out. Pink suckled mouths barking at me in mirth. There is a joy in my struggle. In my delirium, I hear snapping pictures. While my blood rushes like the Rio Grande, I am defenseless. Nothing to offer for my existence. I stop struggling against the weight, and I know what uselessness means. The meaning to manifestation is halted, and I can smell it. I begin to feel again. The chains I never knew existed are unlocked and pulled from my body. Hands lift my body, and I can now smell. Hear and see. The cacti are swaying in front of me. My eyes see what my heart held clutched between bleeding chambers. I look to the horizon beyond the barbed wire. The cage in my brain has been shifted.
All right, incredible, incredible job, Esther. Not to mention I was like feeling the struggle and feeling the pain, but I really, really loved that. So up next, we have another performance. This is from the morning of the creation of Racial Categories Project. The morning of the creation of Racial Categories, or MCRC, is a project that was founded in 2016, and it brings a unique lens to the national dialogue and conversation surrounding race. So the MCRC project brings together creative, performing, and visual artists to tell the stories about how people in the United States were, and still are, broken into these unequally valued racial categories. So to tell you a little bit more about it, and to see tonight's performance, I'd like to introduce you to Lanissa Hillman. Lanissa?
Oh, good evening. My name is Joan Ferrante.
And I'm Lanissa Hillman, and we are sociologists at NKU and also the co-facilitators of the MCRC project. Tonight, through dance and music, we tell the story, the tragic story of the Garner family. On January 27, 1856, the Garner family fled enslavement in Richwood, Kentucky to seek freedom in Cincinnati. Tonight, we're going to tell that story in 3 scenes.
In the first scene, we meet Robert and Margaret Garner. We also meet one of Margaret's children, her 2-year-old daughter, Mary, a product of rape who appears almost white. The likely father is Archibald Gaines, who owns both Margaret and his daughter. We learn about Margaret's anguish and desire to protect Mary no matter the cost.
In scene 2, we explore Mary's complex relationship to Robert, who, while not her biological father, is her father figure. Mary, even at the age 2, feels an inexplicable barrier that separates her from Robert.
In scene 3, Archibald enters. The family's escape to freedom is interrupted. Robert fends off Archibald as Margaret springs into action to kill Mary. In the aftermath, we see Archibald and Robert grieve in very different ways. The scene ends with Robert and Margaret handcuffed and Archibald in possession of the dead child's body.
Telling this story challenges us, or challenges our country, to celebrate Margaret as the mother of both white and Black appearing children. It challenges us to explore the meaning of the Black and white racial categories. And it invites the white classified to mourn the loss of children, including its own, offered up to enslavement so that the white category can maintain a superior status.
Thank you. The show will go on in just a minute. This way out.
That was remarkable. And we are going to take a short intermission in a moment here. Before that, I did want to just remind everyone about the online auction that is happening right now. Because I remember when I was in college, I had a professor who actually said, education is the first step in learning and critically analyzing a lot of the work and art that you're going to be seeing today. That's the first step. But action is where you put your money where your mouth is and you actually do the things that can help create justice and create peace in this world. So the online auction is happening right now, and IJPC has put together 20 amazing packages that are open for bids tonight as well. So while you are enjoying a drink and enjoying some of the art that's there, and some of the snacks that are at some of the tables, be sure to also take out your phone, look up the online auction, and put some bid-ins for a holiday gift for yourself, for your loved ones, or for someone else. So bidding closes at 4 p.m. tomorrow, but if you do choose the buy it now option, you could take that item home with you tonight. And I also want to encourage everyone to make a donation to IJPC tonight to help sustain their work in our community. And we also hope to raise about $3,000 worth of donations tonight, which will help continue the work to abolish the death penalty, protect immigrant rights, end human trafficking, and raise Cincinnati's racial consciousness, and of course, promote peace. Another little tip I do want to mention tonight as well is that the artists that are selling their work and donating the proceeds to Intercommunity Justice and Peace Center, they're going to be doing that at the end of the show. So if you want to go talk to them, you can do that at the end of the show. But for now, in this intermission, feel free to get up, stretch your legs, and enjoy some of the art. Thank you. Sylvia, thank you. Sydney Pepper, where you at? And you know, Sydney, we saw you became a recurring donor too, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Sister Jean Marie, you in the audience tonight? Sister Jean Marie? Very, very nice. And so, of course, I do want to remind everyone, all of this is to help support IJPC tonight and in their work in the community. And so it's really important that you give because IJPC is doing some amazing things and they have some amazing projects in the future as well. So we are all here tonight to try and celebrate that important work. So if you can, if you want to be instructed on how to do this, take out your cell phone. You can actually type give to 1-844-403-2211, or you can visit IJPCcincinnati.org to make a contribution tonight. And so we're excited to see this rolling in. They keep kind of popping up. Those notifications keep coming. And so once again, our goal is to raise $3,000. But before we do that, we would love to start to give out some awards. And so to introduce our first award recipient tonight, I'd like to invite Paul Bergman to the stage. And Paul is a committed IJPC volunteer and an advocate for peace. Paul?
Good evening, everybody. It is an honor to present the first Youth Justice Award from the Intercommunity Justice and Peace Center. While today it is for an individual, it is our hope that the future awards will go to youth groups that are focused and committed to justice. Tonight, this year, is certainly a symbol of the many things that we hold near and dear to our hearts, here and in community. Art, bringing imagination. Justice, holding heart. Youth, giving us this sense of absolute hope. Many years ago, I had a friend of mine who would exclaim, "Optimism, the spirit of youth." I would smile and say, yes, that sounds about right, because it embraces how young people want to try to do things in a new way. How they're unafraid to push back with fervor if something seems wrong, and they hold an idealism that says, I think we can make this world better. That is a world IJPC believes in. And we reach our hands out so gladly to the promise the next generation brings. And may their dreams be bold, because we can't do it without them. Each of us needs the other. We, their passion, they, our experience, and dedicated sense of purpose. This program tonight, this recognition, is another way to welcome new ideas, to connect, to encourage the youthful, creative sparks that so yearn to be seen and heard. That's included, of course, within our world of art today, and as Saad said, focused upon justice as a tribute. Like many of the artists in our program this evening, our award winner from St. Ursula Academy finds a lot of joy in her creation. You might want to ask her about her artwork, because it's pretty amazing. We have our art teacher here, Mr. Kurt Nicase, and he says this about her work. It witnesses the strength and desperation of the Black community as reflected in a nationwide call for justice and action. In desperation, we are forced to ask, when will freedom come? He goes on to say that the organization of Brooks' collaged artwork is so strong, it requires us to visually listen, to pay attention. We are drawn in not only by the vulnerability and despair of individuals, but by the strength and loud voice of the assembled mass of humanity she portrays. Earlier this week, we had the chance to talk to Brooke, and she said to us, "You know, I think I'd like to be remembered as someone unafraid to express myself, to speak my mind." To me, that sounds like a truth teller. And we need more truth tellers. We are grateful that her artwork poignantly captured and revealed truth to many. And via a donor and the kindness of IJPC, we're able to give her $500 in addition to acknowledging this wonderful work. It is with pride that we present Brooke Hunstead as the inaugural IJPC Youth Justice Award.
Hello. First, I would like to say thank you so much to IJPC. They're an organization full of truly good people and visions, and I'm honored to be one of the artists they award to help draw attention to these important issues. I also want to give a big thank you to my art teacher, Mr. Nakase, who nominated my piece and helped me along the process of creating it, as well as my parents for being so supportive and encouraging me to use my artistic skills in a way that has purpose. I've always appreciated art, for it allows you to express a certain idea or feeling that sometimes words cannot depict. Within the last couple years, I was hearing and learning so much from all the tragic current events along with the social justice class at my school, and I remember feeling so utterly in shock at everything I was taking in. I wanted to capture this feeling and try to portray the feelings I could only imagine people of color were experiencing and have been experiencing for so long due to our systematic injustices. So I created a collage of mixed medias, trying to illustrate the passion of those fighting in a way that brought justice to these people. My goal was that when people look at my collage, they feel this sense of spirit and call to advocacy for racial justice. Throughout this process, I learned that taking action can take form in many ways, and at the end, I hope to have made something click in at least one person's mind, inspiring them to join the fight and ultimately make a difference. Thank you again to IJPC for helping my piece to reach more people and hopefully inspire others. And in turn, you've inspired me as I will continue using art to connect with people and promote justice.
Next, I would like to welcome IJPC Program Manager Samantha Searles to present this year's IJPC Margaret Fuller Peace Award. Samantha?
Thank you all. The IJPC Margaret Fuller Peace Award recipients are distinguished by having made, over a period of years, a significant contribution to the promotion of peace founded in justice, dedication, compassion, and love through their work at IJPC. It's my honor to present this year's award to Sandra Onyate. Yes, I get to embarrass you right here on the stage. Sandra spent most of her late teens and early 20s as a peace builder in the immigration movement. In 2015, she helped revive and restructure IJPC's YES program, Youth Educating Society. From there, Sandra served on the YES Advisory Board as membership coordinator and campaign coordinator. She has organized and led several rallies and has been a key voice in YES's work on DACA. Sandra is an exceptional storyteller and has used her personal story to educate hundreds of people connected to IJPC. She's not afraid to speak up and stand up for what's right. Since graduating from NKU and moving on from YES, Sandra has been organizing the YES alumni and designing supportive programming for current YES members. She most recently activated the YES alumni in our Immigrant Dignity Coalition summer campaign of Citizenship for All. She's a connector, a teacher, a leader, and most importantly, a peace builder. I have been so lucky and blessed to work with Sandra in my role as a program manager at IJPC. I'm honored to have been entrusted with her story, and it's been such a privilege to work alongside her. You most certainly deserve this award. Congratulations. Yeah, let's take some pictures. Piece of art. Here's the photo. We're looking right there. Go ahead.
Wow, I feel like I just got an Oscar. So this is a good practice for when I get a Grammy or an Oscar. Thank you so much, Sam. I cannot believe I'm up here, actually. When I first heard about the news, Allison texted me and she said, "Can I call you?" And I said, "I must be in a lot of trouble." It's a Mexican thing, I'm pretty sure, because anytime somebody wants to call you, you're in a lot of trouble. So I said, "Sure, call me. I am free right now. I have nothing better to do. Just call me." So she called me, and as soon as she shared the news and Sam was with her, I started crying. My eyes filled with tears, and I started dancing around my room. And I instantly thought of the first time that I shared my story. Sara, who is one of the original Youth Educating Society founders, invited me to tell my story. And I said, "Sure, why not?" That's my answer for everything nowadays. But I said, "Sure, why not?" And as I was going through the story in my head, I said, "I'm not going to cry in front of Lutheran nuns. I'm going to be fine." I cried so much in front of them that they came up to me afterwards and said, "How can we help you?" And I said, "Can you get me papers?" Come to find out, nuns can't get you papers, unfortunately. Years later, I got a phone call from one of the people that I now consider family, Jose Cabrera. He called me and said, "Hey, do you want to be part of YES?" I said, "Sure, why not?" There I go again, signing up myself for things. And not really knowing what I had signed up for, I cannot believe the amount of things that I learned, the family that I built. A lot of people that I've worked with are out in the audience today, and I'm really thankful for Jose Cabrera for calling me and for those that have come out to support me tonight. I also want to thank my parents who are right here for withstanding my hangry attitude after all the YES-related meetings. I did not eat during these meetings to pay attention and then was very hangry. So come to find out you only have 27 minutes before I turn into a different person. So we're getting close to that point. So I will end my speech by by referencing Snoop Dogg. Like he said once, last but not least, I want to thank myself because I definitely didn't know that I had the capability of gaining such an award and had the capability of teaching so many people. So tonight, I want to keep teaching you guys to move forward and keep up the justice for all these issues that IJPC stands for. Thank you so much.
And congratulations to Sandra. And thank you so much for all of the work that you do. And next, I'd like to welcome IJPC Board Leader Linda Davis to present this year's IJPC Bob Maxwell Peace Builder Award.
Hi, good evening. The recipients of the IJPC Bob Maxwell Peace Builder Award are distinguished by having made a significant contribution to the promotion of peace in Greater Cincinnati, including educating, advocating, and engaging others for peace. They are willing to speak out against injustice with words and actions, while holding the belief that peace is possible. We are thrilled to give this year's award to Kristen Barker, who actually lives the truism that if you want peace, work for justice. Kristen is a selfless and creative woman who uses her many gifts for the common good. From her work in El Salvador to the Intercommunity Justice and Peace Center, and now as a co-founder of Co-op Cincy, Kristen has been a strong headwind in the face of apathy and resistance. She truly is a born leader, and as a result, has a way of getting people to reach beyond themselves to achieve goals for and with others. In doing this, she has helped people see that life isn't as good without justice for everyone. Sorry. She led the Peace and Nonviolence program at IJPC for 12 years, and during that time, brought scores of people together for a common purpose. And for the past 10 years, Kristen has turned her focus to building a more just economy. She is the executive director of Co-op Cincy, whose mission is to nurture a resilient, integrated network of worker-owned businesses that provide sustainable jobs for a diverse and underserved workforce. Above all these achievements, Kristen is first and foremost the loving mother of Maya, who she adores. The two are inseparable. Many people have come to know and love Kristen on her journey working for peace and justice. As a way to honor Kristen and the work she's done over the years, she will receive a book tonight containing personal letters from many friends who have beautifully expressed how Kristen has touched their lives. But don't tell her it's a surprise. There's so much more that can be said about Kristen and why she deserves this award, but I think it's better to hear from the person herself. I am honored to introduce Kristen Barker.
Okay. That was really beautiful. That wasn't how it was supposed to begin. I actually wrote it out, which is atypical Kristen. I am really honored to be here tonight among so many family and friends. IJPC is such a special part of my life. I view IJPC as such an attractor of hope and light and magnifier in this world. And I feel very privileged to have been connected to it for so long. And being here with all of you, so many of you that we're all in this together, where we have the same commitment to build this beloved community. The way I see that is that we are all about building a community where everyone is valued, all voices are heard, conflicts are solved nonviolently, resources are shared more equitably, and the earth is revered holistically. And that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about day in and day out when I worked at IJPC in my daily life and what I do with Co-op Cincy. And I know you're all there with me because our goals are so big. It's certainly not an individual effort. It's a big, huge team sport. And at a time when our world is on fire, when inequality is out the wazoo, when racism, systemic racism is running rampant, it's just really clear that we need all hands on deck. And so being here tonight, I feel so hopeful because I know, and when I'm at Co-op Cincy events too, I feel so hopeful because I know I'm in a community of people where we're all committed to making this happen. And I wonder, did you know that geese flying in formation can fly 70% farther and at a much faster speed than they ever could alone? and that research has shown that when committed groups of people set intentions and come together, they're 6 times more likely to manifest what they're focused on. So I feel hope when we're together. And that's important. Hope helps us stay in the mix in this long work of building a beloved community. So speaking of hope, I'm going to conclude my remarks with a poem shared with me by the extraordinary Sister Monica McLoin, a Dominican of Hope. It really speaks to me into the moment, and I hope it speaks to you. It's attributed to an unnamed Hopi elder from the Hopi Nation in Arizona, and it's frequently titled, "We Are the Ones We Have Been Waiting For." You have been telling the people that this is the 11th hour. Now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour, and there are things to be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are your relationships? Are you in right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. It's time to speak your truth. Create your community. Be good to each other. And do not look outside yourself for the leader. Then he clasped his hands together, smiled, and said, "This could be a good time. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel they are torn apart and will suffer greatly. Know the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above water. And I say, see who is in there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time for the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Thanks.
All right. It's wonderful just to be in a space with all of these incredible people. So I'm so happy to be doing this. I really am. And so what an amazing group of women. We are now going to bring in a few different other people, Brooke, Sandra, and Kristen, for another round of applause right here. So we also want to share with you some music. This is from Aprina Johnson, and unfortunately Aprina couldn't be here with us this evening, but she did send us a video, and I'm very excited for this. She's going to be singing, and so without further ado, we're going to get our technology all set up here, and please enjoy.
Justice is the act of giving to one reparations. And I like to go ahead and condense it down to that because it can be such a long, drawn out definition. What's up, everybody? My name is Aprina's Revolutionary Love. Very excited to be with you today to share a very important message of justice. And then briefly after that, share some music that I produced and wrote on behalf of some things that I experienced. When I was 11 and a half years old, I lived in a state where you had to be 12 in order to pick where you wanted to live if the state had retrieved you for the foster system. And so, unbeknownst to me, state officials had been coming to see me for the last 4 years. and they had many reports about my living conditions and the mental state of my mother. Unfortunately, she was addicted to multiple different drugs. And so living in the house with her gave a lot of ambiguity, a lot of unpredictability. And so there was a lot of abuse there because she just didn't understand how sick she was. And she even told me one day, she said, I wish that I knew that I was this sick. I would have never had any kids. So long story short, the state had allowed me to come in and represent me and my brother. And I was able to pick where we wanted to live. And the night before, we had discussed where we wanted to go. And so it was pretty easy for us. But my mom was completely distraught in the courtroom. She began yelling, screaming, cussing, telling me, you know, she was going to get me back and all these different things. She just wasn't in her right mind at all. And so justice was served in a way, and I feel like there was definitely a higher power. I thank the Most High God for allowing this to happen, because literally this was a miracle. There was no way that this was supposed to happen or go down, but it totally did. And so these next few songs are just kind of the essence of this particular message. And I just continue to pray for the beauty and the miraculous to show up in your life, because it showed up for me. And I know that it's for everybody.
Okay, what an incredible voice, right? So beautiful, so remarkable. And we actually have one last performance of the evening. So next up is Jay Hill from Elements. And if you're unfamiliar with what Elements is, it's actually a hip hop cultural arts center. It's located right here in Over the Rhine. And the goal and the mission is to help young people engage in hip hop and have these future goals and creative futures. And so they really hope to serve really as catalysts of change in the community and within specifically the boys and girls that are at this hip hop community center. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Jay and he's going to talk a little bit more about the work that Elements brings, and the Elements creative artistic director, Alex Stallings, will also be joining him.
How you doing, everyone? Well, I'm not Jay. I'm Alexander Stallings. I'm here in part of Elements. I'm the creative artistic director. The host said everything I was about to say, so I have nothing else to say. So I'm just going to talk about Jay Hill. Jay Hill is an amazing MC, great friend. That's actually my brother. Beat maker. I just want you to know you're about to be entertained tonight. Okay, y'all gonna be really entertained. If you haven't been entertained yet from all the amazing other artists that came, you're about to be entertained. This man's wild. But yeah, give it up for Jay Hill.
Hi, y'all. I'm Jay. I make rap music. Yo, yo. But today I know not to loudly curse at y'all. I was advised beforehand. Hold on, I need my filler music. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, my name is Jay Hill. I'm in this one rap group. It's called Patterns of Chaos, and it's with my homie Alex, aka Stolitics. He was just out here. What up, Stalls? Thank you for that introduction. That's my dog. So, I'm also in a group called No Clue with my buddy King Flex. He's from Florida. I'm gonna do a song produced by him tonight. I also make my own beats sometimes, and I'm also the host of this show called Plum Jam. So, if you guys have ever been to Urban Artifact in Northside, put your hands up. All right, so everybody ask your friends who have been there about it. It's a really cool bar. It's a nice little brewery and whatnot. Yeah, it's a place where we host this show that's like a music series and also an interview series. It's kind of like a talk show, but sort of the inverse, where there's like 45 minutes of music and then 10 minutes of talking. And in that 10 minutes, I get to interview the artist, and then we jam with them at the end. It's really cool. The show is Plum Jam, PLUMBJAMB. There's also Plum Jam Raps, which are the rap shows. I booked those. I'm real proud of those. So we're going to get into some rap music. I got like 3 songs for y'all. If y'all are cool with me doing rap music, say rap music. Rap music. Say rap music. Rap music. Let's boost this one, please, Steve. Yo. Devin said, hold your head like a migraine, it's over for you once I learn how to side chain. Devin said, hold your head like a migraine, it's over for you all once I learn how to side chain. Chicky, change, 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 chicky, chicky, change, 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 chicky, chicky, change, 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 chicky, chicky, change, change. I've been meaning to welcome baby Jackson, baby Joy, baby Trey, and baby August. We protecting them for now, but one day they'll inherit all this triumph and the folly, fallout that we have yet to see. I'll teach them to take the power of love and hate between their fists. I'm Radio Raheem with this. Romulus and Remus. Rome wasn't built within the day, but have you seen it lately? World moving fast, and we too shall pass. Live in the moment, but I wonder will our ruins last? My homie, watch your back. The Ides of March just passed. You ain't been stabbed. Know the enemy's in action. We living in friction. Everything always clashing. Everyone holding fire. Anybody can catch it. Head on swivel. What I'm supposed to look forward to. Future generations. I hope I can promise more for you. We in the dark age. I'm sure we getting out of. Building a new history. I'm sure we can be proud of. I do a dance between my left and my right brain, looking for the answer to the question, what can I change? I do a dance between my left and my right. I'm looking for the answer to the question, what can I change? Chicky, change, 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 chicky, chicky, change, 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 chicky, chicky, change, 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 chicky. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm reclaiming my mind and my time like my anti-Maxine. No, I stay sicker than them anti-vaccine. Figures living like they live in Vicky vacuums. Let me join you in the void if it has room. Excuse me as I cut your girl to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A that's anti-gay. I work in the mall, so they're the most filling for what I can't afford to pay. Meal plan, next check. Sally Mae calling, next check. Geico calling, next check. Chase Bank, kiss my fist. You'll be alright, just move another boatload of bricks. Push a T, get them boys on the line. I heard they've been pushing keys like McCoy Tyner. That's no excuse for me being so behind. They mess up my credit score, never my peace of mind. But now that's just fine. I know it's unrational. A lot of MCs like to use the word dramatical, and I'm the illest thing out of 95. Yeah, since Windows 95. Said I'm the illest thing out of 95. Since Windows 95. Oh, when I'm so sick of working in 9 to 5. Rap music, only way that I feel alive. Said I'm so sick of working in 9 to 5. Rap music, only way that I feel anything, really. It's over for you. Learn how to side chain. So, this next song is called Money. Whoa, rap song about money. Whoa, I never heard that. Innovative. All right, so I also need to remember to drink water. Getting better at that. Yeah, I got one clap for water. Let's hear it for hydration. Let's go. Hydration. That's right. So, the song is called Money. And it goes like this. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. I will repeat. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Try and sing along. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. One more time. I can't have you without money, but I can have you without you. There it is. Money over any and all type of companion. I'm finna turn these paper slave owners to my manses. They know they worth even when they switch their hands. Ain't a damn thing flaky about these grand say. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Say, I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Let me hear y'all, I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Louder, I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Yo, my dearly beloved, new brother's the most coveted. From what I know, if you don't know them, then you suffering. If my people ain't on your side, there ain't nothing. Association be the singularity of substance. Andy Jackson on the 20, he's stuck there because he weighed more than Harriet Tubman. For placement on the note, you must be worth your weight in gold. That spot would never go to those who couldn't vote. That must be why they ain't go to Puerto Rico. Time
Thomas Jefferson always said, bump your Negroes. Look, the money goes, I follow. It's looking at you, looking for it. The pyramid got an eyeball, yo. How I know it's looking now for my best interest. Low APR on my, so we extend our friendship. I enjoy who I am around it, you see the difference. Vice versa, it appreciates the value I give back. Money over any and all type of companion. I'm finna turn the paper slave bonus to my manses. They know they worth even when they switch their hands. Ain't a damn thing flaky about these. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Come on, say I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Oh baby, I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Let's go, I can't have you without money. Wait, dollars make sense, bro. Crystal clear even when it's crypto. Never switch up on you like Nintendo. Universal language transcends dialect and slang. Enough cash just might bring change. Check fools who never gave me my credit before them checks came. I just bought some respect on my name. Bought my health and picked the years on my headstone. Bought my hearse. Hey yo, I messed around and bought the whole church. Had a talk with the bishop, he said I'm going to hell. Said I sold my soul and turned my vessel into a shell. Gave me a tip to tip him, give tithes, give thanks. The key to salvation is the same one that opened the bank. I ain't dreaming when I say I can find my way into heaven. Money clean, money kosher, my bread unleavened. More money, more problems, so they said, but people brag and fall, put a price on their head. Money, I said I'm finna turn these paper slave owners to my manses. They know they worth even when they switch their hands. Ain't a damn thing flaky about these brands. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Louder, I can't have you without money. I can have money. One more time, I can't have you without money, but I can have money without you. Money. Yeah. In short, that song is about like that whole money over everything ethos you hear in a lot of songs, just taken to the furthest extent. Like money can't buy me love, just completely on its head. People can't buy me money, but money can buy me people. That's how it is. Hold up, stalls. Yep. Come on, man. I got one more. So, I mentioned earlier, I'm in a group called Patterns of Chaos with this guy. He made the next beat that we're about to be rapping over. It's for a song called Freund Leben. It's the opening track on our new album, Chaotic Good. And I've actually got cassette copies like in a box upstairs. Let me know if you would like one. They're $15. It is a nice, rowdy, very charged rap album, and it's the entire like 43 minutes on both sides. It's not split. It is made with people who have never played a tape before in mind. So, the song is called Freund Leben. Say Freund Leben. I'm not telling you what it means, just trust me. Say Freund Leben.
Freund Leben.
Freund Leben.
Freund Leben.
Freund Leben. Freund Leben, 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 Freund Leben. Look, hey yo, my name rings bells till they crack like a liberty. Crack you on the head with the pieces if you ain't listening. Take a dirty beat and spit, shine until they glisten and comply to giant. Bring him to his knees so we can kiss the ring. Pen mightier than swords for like a resources. Keep my flow tighter. I can't afford a ghostwriter. People got campaigns and co-signers, and we still co-spire when we scraping like a low rider. Pro-fighters other. Straight, no late, no cuts. The brave will mess with it. Those can't make it complain. There ain't enough of what we creating in front of them. Thus we remain coveted. Plus, keep it up even when the artists we love try to take their little cut for the sampling. We do with the damn thing. Trio of bastards, pull cards and fast ones as easy as your dad does hamstring. Flowers like a roller coaster going over the Pocono. Take a glass, raise the Freund Leben. Come on, so we could be indecent. BBG was up in Tokyo. Seen the before we seen the clown. We ain't no turn around here. Told you this was even ground.
This is Pokey
Maxwell. Think you're getting close, consider changing your approach, cause you can never move the way we do, even if you were roller scope. We killed the game in 4 songs.
How we not supposed to vote?
People want to cap, but they fail when they start.
Wow.
Bulo Hill, if your name was McCartney, you talk or beat, you all out of pocket. Came and we changed the tide of time. Trying to come and turn you to a state of you shall. Told you expand your palate, but you try and fit our name in your mouth. We the chaos, the pattern, the natty yellow magic, the method and the madness. Who be screaming in the battle?
Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin,
baby. It ain't a flaw, it's a flavor. And the people say Freud Lavin. I quit my job with no savings just to hear you say Freud Lavin.
Freud Lavin,
Get on your bad disbehavior. Party people say Freud Lavin.
Freud Lavin,
POC, we ain't playing. Never quit saying Freud Lavin.
Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin, Freud Lavin.
Thank y'all. My name is Jay Hill. Catch me on the internet at Jay Hill Raps. Catch me on the internet at Plum Jam Raps. And that's on YouTube. That's Twitch, everywhere. Internet. Thank y'all for having me. This has been like a really cool event. Thank you to everybody else that's gone on. I love all the performances, the dancing, the poetry. Been dope as heck. I gotta go.
Mic check, mic check. There we go, right? That was awesome. I did have a dance party in that little back closet over there, and it was worth it. I am all set, ready to go. Got to wake up at 3 a.m. for the news tomorrow morning. But before we do that, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I mean, this was such a wonderful treat. I am so happy that I was able to be here too. Before you leave, please consider making a gift to Intercommunity Justice and Peace Center. I mean, this is a great organization, as we've been seeing and as we've been showing you. They just have some great artists who are showcasing some of the issues of the work that they cover. So IJPC's commitment to address systemic racism and white supremacy and to advocate for the most vulnerable members of the community and seek policies that uphold our values of justice and peace can't come to fruition without your support. So we really, really appreciate it. In fact, we got more shout outs here. Who's ready? Who's ready? All right. Amanda Brockman, thank you for the support tonight. Tanner Hensley, thank you, Tanner, wherever you are. Abby King Kaiser. Do we have an Abby King Kaiser here? Thank you, Abby. And Linnea Lowe? Hey, what's up, Linnea? All right, and do not forget to place your final bids on our online auction. It closes tomorrow at 4 p.m. And if you choose the buy now option, please meet Allison at the back door right there, and you can get your stuff after the show commences. I would like to mention one more thing, and that is that if you are interested in purchasing some of the pieces that you've seen tonight from a couple of the artists who are offering that, after the show is the time to do that. And all of the proceeds, these artists are amazing, are going to be going right back to the Intercommunity Justice and Peace Center. So really great cause, but I would like to welcome IJPC Board Chair Shannon Hughes to give some final remarks for us. I'm signing out. Thank you all so much.
Wow, what an incredible show. I will be brief tonight, but I just want to thank all of you so much for joining us tonight in person and the folks that joined virtually from home to celebrate art and to support the work of IJPC. It's such a gift to be a part of this community. As Kristen reminded us, and as I felt over and over again tonight, the hope of being together. Each one of you continues to play an integral role in the work for peace and justice in Greater Cincinnati. So we thank you for your time, your compassion, your generous donations to IJPC to further our mission. We are so grateful to all of tonight's sponsors for making this possible. We thank again tonight's visual artists and performance artists whose work was and is on display here tonight, and congratulate again our incredible award recipients. It was such a gift to hear from you all. We'd also like to thank Saad Goshen and SOS Art for helping to curate tonight's art. Megan Mitchell, our fantastic MC. Woo! Thanks, Megan. And Victoria Boucher, who designed all of our events and promotional materials. Who did incredible. Scott Boeing for helping to live stream tonight's program. Finally, the Woodward Theater for hosting us tonight. It was a beautiful night and a beautiful venue. And the Last Boppers for their reception music and who welcomed us. Finally, of course, IJPC's staff and board leaders and volunteers for their work to make tonight possible. We invite you now to finish your drinks, look at the art, check out those baskets one more time, make your final auction bids, and know that the theater will close here shortly. So have a wonderful evening, and thank you all so much.